thing that makes it really tough to play there are Purdue's players. Because they're in those uniforms, and they're old, they're good, they're physical, they have an identity that's been around since I was a little kid. I think I'm 49, so yeah, so for the last 40 years they have this very similar identity, and they've done a really nice job of adapting to the modern game, to offenses and defenses. They're a creative staff. They've got a good mix of older guys, younger guys. A lot of them have that Purdue DNA there with them, and so they have a really strong culture and program that has been established. So that's the first thing that makes it tough. And then with that, you have a fan base that they show up, and it's part of their routine. When there's a game, they go to the game. They don't go to the game because they're playing this opponent or because it's on a Saturday at the right time. They're there, and that they build their calendar around those games, and so that makes it unique. And then most importantly, outside of the players, it's the energy that the fans bring. They're an educated fan base. They know the game. They appreciate the game. They know what winning looks like, and so them being a part of it is certainly a factor where they're contributing to Purdue's success on a nightly basis. But it's an unbelievable challenge for us that I think our guys are up for, and another great college basketball night in that environment with the quality of players that are on the court. It's going to be awesome. It was one of the moments that we learned from and stuck in our minds. And to be honest, even now, I told the staff watching these games, watching Purdue play Nebraska or watching Michigan State play whoever, UCLA, watching those games, I said we need to really now take inventory of how difficult it is to play in these games, and as we're recruiting, really try to separate how good of a shooter he is and his dimensions, and say, can we see him competing at this level in this environment? Because we want to be doing this every year. And so these games, yes, it helped us tremendously last year. It was and it obviously helped that they were a top 5 team, and I think we had immediate results from what we learned from that game. But part of it too is we weren't what we didn't do well last year. They capitalized on, and it got away from us. But as we show, we really improved in the 2 weeks before we came back home, and then the next couple weeks we had a really strong performance against them in the Big Ten tournament as well. It says that we have a really talented group of people, coaches, players, support staff, everyone involved, that make each other better. I think if you take several of our guys away, then we're not near as good. And it's what they bring to the table. It's how we embrace each other and our strengths. As far as the number 1 ranking, here's how important it is to me. Someone asked me if I've ever been on a staff, and I said I think I was on a staff that got up to maybe number 3 in the country. I don't know what year. I think I remember the team. So if that makes sense, it means absolutely nothing right now. I don't know any staff that I've ever been on, what we were ranked at the end of the year, to be honest. I don't recall, and don't really care. So it's awesome for our fans. It's cool for the energy and intensity that it brings to the games, and being able to do cool things like college game day and whatnot. But as far as internally or me emotionally, it doesn't mean